Thank you so much for joining me. Today I would like to show you a demonstration of this beautiful landscape that we can see here. It's a nice road that we can call it hopeful road. So it's both sides very flower and nice beautiful view it has. So we start with the sky color first, which is on the stance, and then I'm going to add this road here, and then both sides with flowers, and then the stands we see some bushes, and then the trees in front. So it's nice colorful painting, but we start with the sky. If you see that this is a nice light bluey color, lots of white cloud, and when we see on the stands on the horizon, it's more feeling of yellowy, warm yellow is visible. So I'm going to separate the horizon, the sky, from the landscape, and if you see, it's more for the sky, so we can add more space for the sky. Let me put this aside. I go with 9 by 12 inches canvas. It's a canvas paper, and I'm going to add white, light blue and yellow for this part of the painting. And just we need to separate by a blue color, separate the horizon. I'm going to choose this line, easily separate it from the rest, and then I'm going to mix some paint on top. So here, and now I would like to mix a little bit yellow in this part of the painting. And we know that when the yellow mixed with the blue, it can give us green color, so we don't need to have a green in sky. So I take the white color first, cover this part on the edge, and then take some yellow, let it cover this part, and then a little bit, if it's mixed with the top part which is white, it's okay, it doesn't give us the feeling of green. So move on with more yellow here, which is nice and lovely. Even I think we need more yellow to add. I prefer not to mix with the brush because it can damage the part of the brush, but sometimes for the small part of the paint it's fine, nothing happens. So cover the blue part, and then even I need some pure white color to bring on top. Because the cloud is in a blue part and in a yellow part as well. Even some feeling of yellow I would like to bring on top. Just a touch, very gently touch. I don't want to let the green make. The blue is too light, and even the yellow is too light as well. And that's helpful not to have a green in the sky. So make sure the sky should be really light, like a dreamy sky. And then after you make like that, let it be completely dry and ready for the next part. Okay, now for the next part, I would like to work on this beautiful road. And first of all, I draw two lines to mention that the perspective when we move forward, it's so shorter and smaller, and when we are close to the part of the edge of canvas, it's more longer. And finish this part of the road, and then we move on for the field. So the road, if you see, it's a little bit like a base is purpley, browny, and we need to add dark brown, blue color. It's a cobalt blue and nice purple, light purple, and then a feeling of red I see in front of the road, so a little bit red as well. So let me put this aside. I'm going to, I need to, let me see. We need first of all, because the brown that we have, it's not much dark like that. It's a little bit lighter. So I take a little purple, mix with the brown. This feeling is visible. Yeah, that's the good color. It's browny purpley, and in the edge it's darker, so I take the brown, I take the cobalt blue, mix these two together to reach darker brown. So for this stage we do a lot of blending, and now I would like to make a little bit texture here. So now I can mix some paint here in my palette, purple with brown to make this darker tone first. We need pure brown, purple, and we need purple and red. Mix them together for this nice color. These two, actually these three color with the white, that's perfect for our painting, our road. Clean the brush, clean it by wipe it on the paper towel, take some purple, try to add heavy paint on top, heavy texture, just leave this heavy texture be visible on top. That's so cool and lovely. Even when it's road, after it gets dry, you can touch and feel this heavy texture you make on top. And just use a lot of color that you have in your palette. As much as color you have, you can add on it, make it more interesting in between. So even pure brown. Mixture of brown and purple. If you would like to make a texture, it's better to do it right now here, not on further. And then make sure that not touch this part, because it takes really time to get dry when we make a heavy texture. On this stance, it's okay if you do more blending. Just make it busy to look like a road. I try to add both sides a little bit more brown, dark brown I mean. And then brown with the blue. So I think the road is fine. Maybe a touch of white we need to add here, make it bright and lighter. So adding here. So it's okay to do it like that. I try to add a lots of heavy texture here, and that's fine. I think the road is okay, and will come on top of this part. So the road should be a little bit smaller than this. So we can wait everything get dry, or we can start adding the landscape around. Now it's time to add this beautiful field around. So we know that when we work on a texture, it takes really time to get dry. So we can wait everything get dry more, or we can move on for the next part. Even if I add a lots of purpley filling here, we can add more white in between. So beside that, I'm going to add this two part. And the stance is just looked at a lots of flowers, colorful flowers are here, like the pinky, reddish, orangish, and then a little bit white in between, yellowy. It's a colorful flowers, and then a lots of grass in between to cover it. But when we move further, it's more brighter, like a light green, and when we are here, it's more dark green. So I'm going to add dark green here, and then I would like to add light green as well. But if you have yellow, you can mix this green, like a hooker green, with yellow and make the light green color. But if you have light green, would be okay to move on with light green. And we have these colors that match with flowers, so I'm not adding any new color. That's the white color. I just would like to make a pinkish color with the white and red mixed together. That's give me a light reddish color. So I'm going to add a little bit. First of all, clean the brush very well, and then I'm going to add, first I would like to make some colorful flowers randomly. I don't want to one by one paint them. I just go with the full colors of like bright flowers color, like mix a little yellow with white, randomly add everywhere, just randomly add to cover it. In between pinky color, randomly add, and then even white color we bring on top. Always napkin and rag helpful to have it, and then clean the brush with that. Even pure yellow, that help these flowers make look like a orangey tone. And then pure white color even in between when everything is wet. they mix together very well and make the light colorful flowers, or even the red color. I try to just, when I'm close to the front paint, I try to make it a little bit longer, like that. I have a feeling like this in the front, in the painting. So some yellow in between, and it's too heavy even with the lots of texture I make. And then clean the brush by rag or napkin, move on with the green color. Just with the tip of brush, we would like to make a grass. With this tip, I take some color and I take my hand like that because I would like to make like a line. The grasses look like that. And make this line just with one value of the green, then I will come with the lighter tone as well. The grass is so long. Even for this one is make heavy paint for that. It's really heavy. I try to follow, and when we go further, this grass gets shorter, smaller, until the end it gets disappear like that. And even I can start with this brighter green here on this stance. It's too brighter. I just move on with that. Even I can mix with a little bit white to make the green lighter, which is too light on this stance. Like that. A little bit darker green. I don't want to work for distance and make it come forward. I just would like to make it look on distance and look further. But it shows here is grass, then further is grass, but this part is just full of flowers. So it's so weird like that. I try to make the lighter green or different tone with the green with yellow and white. Just in between. Make some look like leaves or grass or something like that, that between the flowers should be. And even when the surface is still wet, just with one tone, one brush stroke, leave it and get set on top. Don't work a lot. And even when we are in front, I try to make some lighter green, like a grass, shorter brush stroke in here, or even like this, come to the road. There is two ways. We can wait everything get dry and then add more green on top, or even the light green, or we can do all at the same time. The colors can mix together. I'm really happy when the colors mix together, but it depends. Some people don't like it, so then you can wait everything get dry, then add the lighter color on top. And I clean the brush. I just have this really darker tone. Would like to add a little bit on the edge. If you see on the model, it has a little darker tone here. So This is about the grassy part here that with full of flowers. Even on top, after we finish with this grass, we can back again and add some more brighter color of the flowers, even bring some in between here to make it more look like a real one. And like this part, a little bit with the texture, even the purple color can come on top and make it interesting. Just with the side of brush, with this part, pointy part of the brush, we can help some flowers sit on top. Even with the white color we can come and like this, let it move in everywhere. So I think it's okay. We can let this part is okay to leave it be like that and then move for the other side. And now I just would like to take some white, mix with red, give me nice and beautiful pinky color. And then I'm going to add heavy texture a little bit on the stems, just like that. Even pure white I can bring here as well. Touch of yellow, white. We don't need to think about the specific flowers, so we just need to add some tone on it. That shows that these are full of nice flowers, just randomly by touch of the top of brush. You can show these flowers. like that. So we finished with the flowers and the road. We need to add the trees on top. Or no, before that, with these bushes I want to show to add this. Now I'm going to mix the colors like the green, brown together and make this color a little bit warmer and darker for the stands. And if you see the trees on the stands, it's not much long and it's not much big, especially here is more short, tiny, just the filling of the bushes or the trees is visible. Some of them longer, some of them shorter. Because of that, the eye is not bothered. You see here is longer, a little bit here is longer, so they are not all in the same level. And we are going to make that. And then I just take some paint, start from one side, try to just randomly make a bushes with the pointy part of the brush. Make it shorter when I'm close to the center, even a little longer there. Try to keep the edge, be clean. A little bit long and short. Play with these bushes to make it interesting. Again, I'm going to draw the line to keep the edge be clear. And then a little bit longer when I go there toward the right. I think we are okay with the trees and distance, just a bit. Maybe it's nice to have longer for this one. And then again I clean the brush. Just would like to bring some lighter tone, a little bit lighter color here. Even fade these bushes with that. I don't want to show the line created in between. It's more nice to for tree trunk. I'm going to take the brown, mix with blue to reach darker brown. And even we have pure brown to use as well. So I just take this one, try to shape the tree here a little bit shorter. For example, this one, I just start from here, then move further. I can add a little bit water in my brush stroke to make it move a little bit easier and more narrow. You can randomly add some branch. It depends if you like to have with a smaller brush, it's easier. Follow with the smaller brush. If flat brush is going to go easier, with flat brush. I just make the small tree like that. I really love heavy texture, so if you see, I try to make a heavy texture and then the leaves will come on top. The other one, it's completely close to the edge of the canvas, so I start with here. Even here I try to always the water help to move the brush easily. It come on top, even on here it goes exactly on the side of canvas. for the leaves we have three kind of green. We have a pure green, light and dark, and we have mixture of green with brown and blue. So I just start with the pure green, take some with the smaller brush, and just like this kind of things, brush stroke, I try to make the shape of leaves. Just randomly take some and randomly add. We need to see the sky in between. Even we can go with the brighter green like this. Even in between we can go with darker green. So we can make very gently the shape of each leaves here and make it more interesting and busy with lots of leaves, but make sure not to cover the bunch, just one part. We need to spread everywhere, make the sky be visible in between the leaves, so I don't cover everywhere with just a leaf. I just try to see the beautiful sky in between. The texture you make, it depends. If you like more texture, you can go with heavy texture, but make sure it be careful not touch it, because it takes time to get dry.